Hi there. As of this moment, TAO has dropped by around 12% this week, and it's time to look at its price through the Wyckoff lens and see what other whales actually doing. If you're new to my sessions, I'll cover the Wyckoff stage, trend change potential, as well as key price levels, and these are not financial advice, they're for education purpose only. Looking at the weekly chart, I covered many times over the past 2 months that we have entered a testing phase. This is what we call accumulation cycle of Wyckoff method. It's basically a test of paper hands and diamond hands. The whales, after setting the trading range top of the accumulation cycle, this AR called the automatic rally. That's basically from the panic over stage to, you can call this a rebound. That's what most people call it. For the case of TAO, it's at around the yellow key level of $286. After that happens, what's coming usually is multiple rounds of tests, basically bouncing to around that key level and then going back to level that these panic over stage tested. So meaning somewhere lower than the red key level of 219. And that's where we are now. That's explain why it's coming down. And also, it's not that it's going to stop exactly at where the panic over stage bottomed. In the history of young TAO, you see back in here, 2024 summer, the second test after the panic over stage, okay, let me drag this over so you know it's the same thing. It also tested a level lower than this white line. This white line is the bottom of what I call a long-term playground. And that's where the second round back in March 2025, the second accumulation cycle happened or bottomed. So you see, again, the panic over stage was way higher. It closed way higher than where the subsequent test was. Okay, so this is where we are now. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to you if you have been following my sessions for a while. This test will continue. And what we are looking to see, not so early for this stage, is what we call the sign of strength. So what that means is that price advance with volume. So in the chart, we will see these white candlesticks. Not only that, but look at what happened over here. But usually it combines with cumulative higher volume than the average. All right. So that's what we are looking to see in the case of this accumulation cycle. The price comes up to challenge the 286 level once again. Not only a bunch of white candlesticks, but a bunch of volume bar that adds up or individually higher than average of the previous periods. So that's the big picture. Now let's get to the daily view and look at something more micro to see what trends are going on. Here, it mentioned a couple of dates that we'll get an answer whether this downtrend resistance is going to really act as it does for the past 2 weeks. Before the Jan 25th. But after it broke out above this resistance, it's now come back down to this level, below that. So instead of just a single line, we use what we usually show you, a downtrend channel. So it's still early for this trend. We may have to adjust further when time goes on, but this provides sufficient indication to us. If you are the bullish group saying this is going to rebound when we get into next week, the earliest answer we'll get is actually the 3rd of February. Meaning if the price bounces in the next 2 days into this triangle, we will get a confirmation. Either it gets rejected from the ceiling of this downtrend and continue with it. That's one of the confirmations. The other confirmation is that it's going to break above the ceiling and go sideways or upwards. But, let's not hope for too much now, given the narrative is still kind of negative. Sideways is good enough, but sideways doesn't mean it can't develop into a new downtrend. If things continue to be uncertain or getting more negative. So if I extend this downtrend, let's say if it gets rejected by the third, all right, in the next few days, the next opportunity comes. This triangle, the tip of it is around the 12th of February. So that's the second chance or second occasion we get a confirmation. Either it get rejected, it's not wood, it will get, it's wood because if it's the bullish case happened, then we don't have this case. But if it continues to trade sideways over here above this long-term playground bottom at around $183, then either once again get rejected from the seeding of the downtrend, broken through the support, and go challenge the next support at around 140. All right. And then if it does head that way, that date is going to be very close to March, I guess. Yeah, not yet, but a week before March. That's the level October 10th showed us how bad it could go. So it's not something very far back in history, even though TAO hasn't showed us any kind of those level back in early 2005 and in 2024. October 10th showed us enough. If you're interested to get access to these sessions 2 days earlier, join the channel membership now. Thank you for joining me. See you in the next session.